Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and today we're doing something very important in my point of view. We're doing, will I really get over these tough times and when? But before we begin this reading, I want to quickly announce that I've released a new book about productivity. And it really helped my clients over the years. It's very small, to the point, and has all the key secrets to helping really finally be productive and enjoying it while you do it. So if you're interested, you'll find my email down in the description box. Email me and I send you prices and everything, all the information that you need about it. All right, so for today's reading, we have 3 piles. For pile number 1, we have this picture. For pile number 2, we have this picture. And for pile number 3, we have this picture. Take a look at which one of these 3 pictures you're the most drawn to, and that's probably the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, then of course there are messages there for you as well. Trust your intuition. Check it out if you want. As usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. So you've chosen this beautiful card. It says, become immune to poison. Let's take a look what it says on the other side. It says, the whole world can gossip about you. And if you don't take it personally, you are immune. Immunity to poison is the middle of hell. Immunity to poison in the middle of hell is the gift of the second agreement. That's the book. All right, this is really interesting so far, but before we jump into any conclusions, let me pull out your tarot cards and have a cohesive look about, will you get over these tough times and when? All right. So spirit guides, please let us know for pile number 1, will they get over these tough times? You have the 4 of Cups. You have, Strength. Okay. You have the Hermit. Interesting. Okay, so you have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, you have the Empress. You're an empath, pile number 1. This combination gives me strong empath here. Okay, so you have, the Magician. This is really interesting so far, pile number 1. Okay, let me get out your clarification cards. So will pile number 1 get over these tough times and when, please? Yes, you will. Pile number 1. We'll talk about this now. Understanding, right under 4 of Cups. Beyond illusion. This is transformation under strength. Interesting. And it's really interesting that you get the Hermit card with this message. Turning in. Interesting. Right under the Hermit. Wow. You have, the Master. You have some very strong cards, pile number 1. Right under the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, come on, stop it, pile number 1. What is going on? You have Rebirth under the Empress. You're definitely getting out of this. That's what I can tell you for sure. You have Isolation under the Magician. This is a very interesting reading here. And you won't believe this, pile number 1. I took out this deck. 1 card was left, and it says no nothingness. I don't take reversals, but it really caught my attention that it was the other way around, so I'm going to put it here for you. And this is going to be one of the very unique readings that happened on this channel. And And this shows me straight away that you're a very special soul here, pile number 1. So will you get over these tough times? Yes, 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 you will. There's going to be a rebirth, and you're going to get into a different world than the world you're already in. This transformation that you're going through is definitely going to make a strong person out of you, even stronger than you already were. And it seems to me that you had to, with the know nothingness and the toxicity that is expressed in this card, that you had to cut a lot of people out, pile number 1. You had to be on your own for a while, and you had to heal the trauma behind all the toxicity that happened there. And there's a lot of aloneness going on in these cards. It's one of the things that you really had to endure during these tough times. Maybe these tough times. Maybe there was no one standing there by you when you went through these hard times, and you had to learn to cope on your own. And it seems like you've learned a lot of lessons here, because you wouldn't get beyond the illusion here. You wouldn't get the strength card of you growing into a stronger person. So you're still in that phase of growing and getting stronger, by the way. But with the know nothingness reversed, I see that you're coming out of it. You're transforming, and there's release. You're going to be free very soon. In fact, pile number 1, deep inside you, you know that you're on the threshold of getting out of this somehow. And these tough times, pile number 1, they were planting a seed in your mind that you need to depend on no one but yourself. That you should now have learned to look beyond the illusion of what people are saying to you, the illusion of them showing you that they love you, or the illusion of them being good people. You've learned, you've grown, and you've matured, and you understand that the world has good people and it has bad people. You've learned that even the closest people to you, you can lose, and they wouldn't maybe stand by you, and they would disappoint you a lot of the times, and they may even be the ones who have been, sorry about that, who have been gossiping behind your back, pile number 1. So there's a lot of tough lessons here that you had to go through, mainly to claim your power, to become stronger, and to learn to tune out the sadness. I see here that you're growing into a person, or you're about to learn to master your emotions. And this definitely comes by not allowing the sadness to recycle within you. So it's okay, as we always say, to experience sadness and to cry it out, and to even feel sorry for yourself for a little while. Heck, why not? Let it out. But once it's out, pile number 1, reliving the trauma becomes your choice. And then you fall down the drain of having a victim mindset. And so once you've cried it, once you've thought about how to approach it in the future, once you've understand that there are shadows behind it, that it's part of you, that you should harbor it and work together with it in order to grow and accept what happens, and while looking forward to a better future, accept all the malicious things that the people around you have done. Once you accept all of that, you master your emotions. You master being mentally strong, and that's what you were supposed to learn along, and it seems like it was the dark night of your soul here, pile number 1. This is no surprise, but again, with the 5 in reverse, the Latin 5 in reverse, it's pointing out. It's like you're coming out of it. That's what your cards keep saying. You're coming out of it. There's a rebirth here. This is the 10 of Swords, but it's depicted in a very different way here. And the Osho deck, it's depicted as rebirth. And so 10 is always the end of a cycle again. And while you've had to endure so much, it seems like, man, you've been you've been through a lot. It can't even be described with all the darkness here. I am so sorry, but there is a promise here for you. You have a lot of lines, a lot of power. There's a promise of you beginning the phase, you on being on the threshold here of coming out of these tough times. And with the whistle here, it means music to the soul. I see you coming out of it as a grown person, as a grown, mature person who has a stronger handle on their life. And with the Empress here, it seems like it has changed you a lot, and you're ready to radiate out in the universe and in the world with your new claimed strength, with your new power. It looks like you're going to really be vibrating with attractive energy. Pile number one, there you have the Magician and the Empress right next to each other. This is magnetism. And so with all the changes that you've been through, it looks like you've turned into this magnetic, attractive person who knows how to balance between their goodness and their power. And this is what creates charm. This is why you have the Magician right next to the Empress. With the Know Nothing card here, the darkness and the isolation, I see that you have definitely felt like you were alone. Oh my God, all your cards are saying that. I'm so sorry, pile number one. I am here for you. I really do care about you, and I'm sorry for everything you've been through. I truly am. And it seems here with the isolation card, which is the Three of Swords, you have been through a lot of heartaches, and I see that this you feeling left out or alone is about to melt out. So it's about to really change with the Magician right above it. Things are about to change completely for you, pile number one. So it's no coincidence that you tuned into this reading, because this is now the time when you're going to come out of this. So your answer to the question when, we don't even need to get into that, because now is the threshold of which you're going to come out of these dark times, of which things will definitely flourish for you, where you're going to shine with radiance. And with the Ace of Pentacles here, this is a new beginning of something solid. Maybe you're going to start taking better care of yourself and start planting seeds in the different areas of your life now that you feel a little bit of hope here, that you're feeling it in your soul. You're just worried, but you kind of know that it's almost over, pile number one. And I see you here kind of awakening. What is it called when a dog wiggles? You're shaking it off. Exactly, shake it off. That's what you're doing. You're shaking it off now, coming out of this transition period. And I see you planting new seeds in different areas. Your work, you're starting to take a look at all the different things that matter to you one day that you've maybe put aside. Your hobbies, your life, you taking care of yourself, maybe moving around, traveling, going out, things of that sort. I see life getting into you. I see you beginning to receive money, receive things from the universe, and it's just the beginning. So with the Ace of Pentacles here and the Master, there's duality. There's you planting these seeds, and there's the universe definitely supporting you and being by your side to move from this transitional period that you're in, pile number one. The advice that I see for you here, pile number one, I've just had a look at this. I felt drawn to it. It says, the whole world can gossip about you, and if you don't take it personally, you are immune. So your advice here is to, from now on, never take triggers. If you find people speaking behind your back or treating you in a treating you in a negative or sometimes even in a positive way. So don't be too attached to compliments. Don't be too attached to niceness. Feel it in your heart, but don't get attached to anything too positive or too. Don't be attached to anything, is really nothingness, nothing. Enjoy the positivity and don't let the negativity trigger you. Refuse to be triggered by anything. Always say to yourself, I don't get triggered. I don't get triggered. That's it. I don't get triggered. And pile number 1, that was your reading. I really enjoyed it. All the best of luck. It seems like you're passing through your threshold here into the better times. So all the best of luck. If you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. So you've chosen this beautiful card. It says, express your own divinity. You have a beautiful girl here sitting on a lotus, which is a symbol of rebirth. And the sun is also a symbol of rebirth, a new day, a new phase of your life. So that's looking good so far. I see a very attractive girl believing in herself. So this could have been more about learning how to believe in yourself and how to love yourself and how to love others with some sort of a love journey. We'll find out more about this in a moment. It says, you don't need the acceptance of others. You don't need knowledge or great philosophical concepts. You have the right to be you. And you express your own divinity by being alive and by loving yourself and others. Oh my God. So it is a message about love and loving others, just like we said. Loving yourself and others. I haven't read this card before we started this reading, and it shows me here that this is a confirmation about what we were talking about. Okay. So let's pull out your tarot cards, because when we have a full spread, we can totally see the full picture of what is going on. Get an idea if you are really going to get over these tough times and when. All right. So Spirit Guides, please let us know for pile number 2. Will they get over these tough times? Oh, you have the Star. It's amazing how you're being answered right away. This is so sweet. Okay, so yes, of course you're going to get out of this pile number 2. Let's get more information about this. Please give us more information about this, Spirit. So you have the 9 of Swords, obviously. Oh, this is coming out. Let's take it. 10 of Cups. Lovely. I love your cards already. You are definitely here on the verge of coming out again. This is a lovely message. 5 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords. Justice. Okay. Now let's take your oh, this came out. Gotta respect it. Let's take out your clarification cards. So what is that? 8 of Cups. Right. Okay. So Spirit, please give us more information about this. You have isolation under Star. I can see this wanting to come out. Let's take it. Flowering under the 9 of Swords. Comparison under 10 of Cups. Let's take out these 2 cards. Rebirth. Wow, you might want to check pile number 1, just saying. Okay, you have patience under the 3 of Swords, right? And you have clinging to the past under justice and balance. Okay. So pile number 2, I see great pain here in this pile. crying, clinging to the past. Pile number 2, even with the star card, it's the first time for me to notice how someone is in pain and wishing upon a star. So there is a lot of crying stemming from extreme disappointment of the people around you. It seems like you're a very loving person, pile number 2, and that you've given a lot of love towards people. You've trusted the people around you. You've given them your all, and you've realized that they haven't given you back. In fact, it seems like you've been betrayed from the closest to you. They might have even been family. And all of a sudden, you found yourself alone after you thought you had the best in the world. You might have thought you had the best friends, the best family, the best surrounding, and you went from all to nothing. This shock really broke your heart. And through this process, you had to learn to love yourself, pile number 2. This was really your biggest lesson. You had to learn to walk away from the people who did not give you back. You've learned to walk away from your own behavior of putting people first before you. You've really learned to love yourself. That is something you're tuning into for sure, pile number 2. But at the moment, I really do see you reliving all these pains, reliving all these memories of you with these people. And along with that, it looks like you also went through some work troubles or financial troubles to make things even worse. So these were very tough times. It's like you feel like everything is against you, and you kind of questioned, why is everything going against me? But you have the Justice card here. It's really showing that it was really helping you ascend. It wasn't really trying to put you in a bad situation and leave you alone like you might have thought. It was really pushing you, whether you liked it or not, into loving yourself, into appreciating yourself, into understanding that it's not all about giving and not taking much, especially to yourself. You giving yourself, I mean. And now you've realized that there has to be an equal balance of give and take, that you would give to others, but you allow them to give to you. You believe in your self-worth, and you no longer put anyone on a pedestal, pile number 2. This is really what I see for you here. You have grown into understanding and expecting that the worst can come from the best of the people around you, and that you have to be careful not to ignore red flags. You have to be careful not to dwell on their pain, but to rather walk away. Don't wait for them to change. Don't break your heart hoping that they will realize their mistake, hoping that they would be loyal to you, hoping that they would be there for you, that they would choose to do that just like you, that they would be waiting there for you, pile number 2. Understand that these qualities are found in beautiful people that you can find outside this toxic person, that you will definitely find them. I promise you. I can see it in my heart. I know it. So it is time for you to look for the right people who are waiting for you, who feel like you mean a lot to them, who will be loyal to you, and never wait for those who are giving you breadcrumbs, who are not showing you proper respect, and who are causing the people who are causing heartache. Listen to your heart, pile number 2. If they're not treating you right, they do not deserve someone like you. You're a wonderful person. You are a wonderful, sweet soul that gives, and that is super rare in the world. So why should anyone, just about anyone, take as something as precious as that? This is something very unique and should only be given to the people who would be there for you. Pile number 2. So you're being advised to create balance in your life, mental balance. And that with the clinging of the past here, I see that you have fallen into a victim mindset without meaning to. Pile number 2. It's just something that we all get into when we experience a lot of pain. But now we have to choose to get ourselves out of this cycle, because you don't deserve to be hurt. You're a wonderful soul here who deserves to be happy. And so will you be happy? Yes, you definitely will, pile number 2. But you have to get yourself out of this victim mindset. It's been too long now. It's time to shut the doors, get out of this mindset, and to choose to block away the thoughts that are causing pain, so that you stop the cycle. You've already cried it over. You don't need to relive this anymore. So it's already been released. And now it's time for you to stop this process. Whenever thoughts hit your head about memories of the past and what they did to you and who did what, and it was family or it was a close friend or it was a lover, whoever it was, it's time for you to block these thoughts and say, no, I'm not going to think about them anymore. I deserve a beautiful, happy life, and I will not think about these anymore. I'm not going to be the victim of my own life. I'm the hero, not the victim. And by stopping these thoughts that you have, you start rising, coming out of this pain. And do you see that? I mean, come on, pile number 2. Are you shocked like me? What is going on? Can you see that? So pile number 2, this is a confirmation. You're definitely going to get out of this. There's a promise here from your spirit guides. You're going to come out of this once you decide to stop reliving it. And this way you vibrate high and you start attracting all the right things to your life. It becomes a new beginning for you. And when we all know, when we vibrate high to the right, when you vibrate to the right frequency of the things that you want, this is what you get. It. This is what it's all about. And this is again emphasizing the same thing. Vibrate. Let me show it to you. I hope you can see it. Vibrate high and you shall receive. Pile number 2. Vibrate high and you shall receive. This is a promise there. It looks like you are meant to live a happy life, especially emotionally, and that's what you were always seeking. But it's only when you detach yourself from it, pile number 2, that you actually live it. When you gift yourself is when the universe gives to you, because now you've created a balance between giving yourself and giving others. So expect a rebirth. Once again, all your cards are saying the same thing. Expect a rebirth when you get yourself out of this mindset, reliving it. Once you create this balance, things are about to completely change for you into the better. So when is in your hands, because there's a promise here that once you vibrate high, things will start instantly to change for you, pile number 2. And I see you here, to be quite frank with you, as the justice at the end of this reading, I see you already ascending. It's like you're seeking information to get out of it. And your spirit guides are really here today to help, telling you that they're helping you and that you're coming out of it. You're definitely coming out of it. Hold on, just stop the low vibrations that you don't mean to, the low vibrations that we all get into when we're sad. It's time for you to now stop it. Don't allow yourself to dwell on it. Block it out. Just say out. No, I'm not thinking about this anymore. I deserve better. And once you vibrate in this frequency, you attract love, you attract abundance, and you attract a very beautiful life that is completely opposite to the life that you are in today. Pile number 2. So pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope it was useful for you. I hope it answered your questions. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. So you've chosen this beautiful card. It's really interesting, actually. It says, take action without expecting a reward. So let's find out first what it says on the other side. Do your best and take the action because you love it, not because you expect a reward. When you take action without expecting a reward, you enjoy every action, and you can even receive greater rewards than you imagined. What an amazing message here, pile number 3. So let's now put it on the side and first get a cohesive reading by looking at all your tarot cards together and see what your spirit guides are trying to tell you, and answer the question of whether you're really going to get out of these tough times or not, and when. It definitely looks to me straight away that you're going to take a leap of faith in yourself, and you're about to start doing something that will take you out of these tough times. So it's going to be you who does that, and not the universe to you. And maybe that is the action required. You've been through these tough times to teach you to take your life take matters into your own hands, especially your life, pile number 3. That's what I definitely see here. With the pyramid, it reminds me of the cone of power. It reminds me of the cone of power. So here, pile number 3, you're supposed to summon up your energy. And there is a message here that as long as you're putting effort into something continuously without stopping, it's going to focus all this energy and help you manifest it. So what I'm trying to say is, the triangle is a sacred symbol that's been used in Wicca, where at the base you set out intentions and you put all your energy into something, and then with the cone upright, you set out these intentions and they go laser focused into achieving and manifesting what you want. And so here I see that you have all the power to create an amazing life for yourself by taking action. Without expecting reward is really letting me know that you shouldn't be attached to the result. This means that you need to be accepting. You need to accept whether things are going to change or not. You need to have acceptance, because when you don't have that, it's coming out of a place of fear. And fear means attachment. You're too attached to the result. You don't accept that things might not turn out okay, and that's why maybe you don't try. And you need to detach yourself from that thought and start having acceptance. Accept that things might not be okay, pile number 3, that they may not work out, but be okay with that so that you can live in peace now. Wow, you have the 6 of Cups. How sweet. It looks like it's a journey that's really going to help you grow into a more mature person, pile number 3. You've been through a lot, and it seems like there's only little left, and you need to take that extra leap of faith in yourself and start working towards what you need to do, pile number 3, because it's you out of the 3 piles. Of course, everyone has to work on their mission, don't get me wrong. I mean, work on their shadow and work on getting themselves out, but you are the one who's going to be taking yourself out of these tough times, pile number 3. So you have the 2 of Wands here. I see this sticking out. Let's take it. Wow, you have strength. You have the 9 of Wands, courage. Wow. Yeah, take a leap of faith in yourself, pile number 3. You have all it takes. Wheel of Fortune. The time is now. pile number 3. So if we want to answer the when question, the time is now. You need to start taking action towards, and you know what it's about. You need to start taking action to take yourself out of these tough times, to work towards something better, to work towards your strength and your courage, because you have them. You have all the strength that you need and the courage that you need to pursue whatever it is that you are looking forward to, that's going to move you out of these tough times. This may be a business venture, or moving out of a certain place, or moving toxic people out. There are some certain actions that you need to take, and you need to summon up the courage to do it, and you need to step into your power, to claim your power, because you have it, so that you can completely change things for yourself. And it's all about working. You need to work on that. Pile number 3. The universe wants you to do it on your own. You have the Page of Cups here. We'll find out more about it in a minute. And you have the Three of Wands. There is a lot of extensive waiting here. Pile number 3. You're waiting a lot, watching your dreams, contemplating about it a lot, maybe saying tomorrow I will, something of the sort. And your spirit guides really want you to start taking action. You have creativity under the Six of Cups. Wow, couldn't even get better. Harmony under the Two of Wands. Schizophrenia, that's the Two of Swords under the Strength. So pile number 3, your spirit guides really believe in you. They really know that you can do it. And once you take a leap of faith, the reason they want you to do it is because once you do it, you're really going to believe in yourself. You're going to see your courage and your strength with your own eyes, and that's what your spirit guides want you to do. Because once you step into that power, you're never coming back. There's no going back. Things are completely going to change for you. You're going to love yourself. You're going to love yourself. And all this, what's the word? Waiting, aimless waiting is not the right way to go. Pile number 3. So you have stress under Nine of Wands, obviously, Nine of Wands. You have courage again. This is unbelievable. Under the Wheel of Fortune, you have the inner voice, which is the High Priestess, under the Page of Cups. Okay. And you have laziness under the Three of Wands. So this is what it's all about, pile number 3. It's not really laziness per se. It's more about starting to take action, to take a leap of faith in yourself. Don't go about thinking, should I do it? Should I not do it? Do I have what it takes to do and pursue what I want or not? Because this going back and forth is really yo-yoing your confidence. Because sometimes you feel so strong and that you're above this and you can do it, and then there are other times where you feel like you just can't do it. You're too weak for it, or at least that's what you think. You have an inner voice, though, an inner calling that is really suppressed and needs to get out. You know deep inside your heart that you're meant to do this, and it's like you're waiting, you try to take action, and then you stop yourself. That has to stop, pile number 3. Your spirit guides are clearly telling you that it's time to stop being afraid. It's time to shake it off. It's time to stop looking at your goals and your dreams, and that you have to start taking action today. Because it seems like you're a very creative person. Obviously, you're full of resources and skills. You can do this, and it's your final leap. Take a leap of faith in yourself, because this is where you're going to find your harmony. This is where you're going to come out of this stress, this feeling like you're about to fall, that sadness that you're in. This is all going to end just by taking action. There's a promise here. I promise you, pile number 3. There's a promise here that if you take a leap of faith, you're going to reverse this for yourself, and you're really going to be proud of yourself. You're going to see that how strong you are and what a courageous person that you are, how tall you can stand if you take a leap of faith in yourself instead of standing there watching it not happen. Pile number 3. One of the main problems that I see here is that you're greatly discouraged by stress. Pile number 3. And here you have to realize that you don't need to do things with stress. Everything great in the world requires a little bit of effort, requires you to stand strong and continue to do things even when you don't feel like it, because only then stress would reduce. Because when you don't do things, stress makes you feel like it's too big for you, that you can't tackle it, that it's too scary. But once you step into it, you realize that it wasn't as scary as you thought. You start breaking it down to little tasks, and you don't need to do the whole thing in the beginning. Don't overwhelm yourself, but just start taking little actions, showing yourself that you're capable of doing this, that you will persevere, and you will find yourself bossing up, acting like a leader that you are, and achieving these things. Pile number 3. Listen, the courage card here is depicted in a very beautiful manner. It's like out of nothing comes life. You blossom. And so don't try to convince yourself that you may not be up to it, that you don't have all the skills necessary to pursue what you want, that you may not be at the level of achieving these dreams that you want, because it's not true. You grow with things, pile number 1, and you'll be surprised how resourceful you are, how you're going to make things happen, how you're going to blossom and affect others along the way. Because I see a great, what's the word called? Emphasis on creativity here. It seems like you're a very creative person, a very smart person who's able to take risks in how they think or how they present things or how they do things in a different way. So you're very blessed in this area. I think you're the one who's undermining yourself here, because what your spirit guides are showing me, pile number 1, is that here you appear to be way above the clouds. It's like you're a very skilled person who has a lot of potential, but you're the one who's making yourself feel stuck because you're between two worlds. Part of you wants to do it, another part of you wants to stay safe, and staying in between these worlds will really deplete you. It's time for you to go up and not keep falling down, pile number 3. It's time for you to take a leap of faith into yourself and get hold of the stress that you can feel about it, that you sometimes feel about it, by realizing that everything in the world seems so big from the outside, and that taking it little by little, you realize that you're up for it, that you definitely have the hang of it, and that you can definitely do it. And right above courage here is fortune. So take that leap of faith, work on yourself, put yourself out there in whatever you need to do, and fortune is by your side. Things will completely change in your life. In fact, pile number 3, the Wheel of Fortune card is my favorite card in the deck. It's like when things are completely going to change to the better, especially when it comes above a card like that things are about to blossom for you, that things are about to completely change from one side to the other. Your cards are really showing you that. And the warning here is to step out of this stillness, step out of you being comfortable, get out of your comfort zone, get yourself out of the worries, and start getting into your work shoes and get it on, pile number 3. The message that I see here is the example that I see here for you, pile number 3 is that when you're trying to make your child, for example, cross a little area in the street that has water, and they have the rain boots on, and you're telling them, don't worry, you're not going to drown, just step into it and come. And they're like, no, mommy, no, I can't do it, mommy. And you want to teach them not to be scared, and you tell them, come on, step on it, you're going to be okay, mommy's holding your hand. And they step into it and they realize it was all fine. And this is exactly what you're going to get through. It's a little too big in your head, but you're stronger and much bigger than it, pile number 3. And it seems like all you need to do is take a little faith in yourself, step into that, and it is only there on the other side where you start working that you'll find your harmony and peace, and where things are going to blossom and change completely for you, pile number 3. This is a promise here from your spirit guides. I can really see it here for you. So I'm rooting for you, pile number 3. I hope you start taking action today. I know you will. So take a leap of faith in yourself. You have all the courage and the strength that it takes, and the skills and the creativity to go about this and make it happen for yourself, pile number 3. So that was your reading, pile number 3. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!